second is in the context of my own work historically and also in UNESCO. We work with 194 member states, and in our work, we champion an equity-centered, global majority, global South-centered agenda in the education space, and more particularly in the AI and technologies in education emerging phenomenon. And so then the question for me is, what does that look like? What does learning engineering look like? And how do we approach it from an equity-centered, there's been reference to inclusive perspectives. And for me, it's a far more complex endeavor, because the kinds of contexts that we are working in and which we are still trying to make sense of collectively are conditions of incredible structural precarity and incredible systemic inequality, under-resourced contexts. And so how does one apply the relevance of what appears to be a narrow approach to learning engineering to this kind of context, on the understanding also that it appears to be, and I'm open to exploring this, that it appears to be very much still situated within global North contexts, and even notions of inclusion, inclusivity, equity, quite importantly, are framed and are informed predominantly by global North contexts. And so for me, what I find fascinating about this is, can the repertoire of the ideas around learning engineering be expanded and explore possibilities of conditions of precarity, marginality, exclusion that are systemic, and how AI and technologies actually reinforce, I think Melina's raised this, reinforce those biases and systemic inequalities. And so for me, I think that's a fascinating question, and it's something that as UNESCO, we'd be really, really interested to explore very open-mindedly, but recognizing that we would be open to centering the approach and the conversation and our practice around issues and approaches of learning engineering from an sort of global majority centered approach, whatever that means, and that's what we'd be interested to explore.